Greetings and salutations, everybody. I'm Andrew from Team Respawn, and this has certainly been the week of discussion videos for the channel. But the news just keeps coming in, and I feel like this is definitely something to bring to your attention just to kind of hear your thoughts and discussions about. So, Postums posted on 343's Halo Waypoint site talking about the Season 10 leader rates so far. So currently we are in Season 10 in Halo Wars 2. That's the season that's going, I believe, until June 23rd, if memory serves me correctly. So we still got a good bit ways left in this season, about 2 more months or so. Anyway, so he shared some data is looking at the top 20% ranked players for all of matchmaking in the deathmatch game mode across both Xbox and PC players. Now, the purpose of this post and really this video is to tell you the win percentages of each of the leaders. And I'm assuming that this kind of conversation is meant to strike up more, factual evidence to leaders that need balancing. And I was completely surprised because Postums had a tweet and said something like, "What are your favorite leaders so far in Season 10, blah, blah, blah." So I said Pavium and Isabel were my two favorites because Pavium and Isabel are my two favorites. And I thought that they were actually pretty powerful, and I thought they were pretty good, especially before Isabel's Mac got nerfed a little bit, but I still love those leaders. This has nothing to do with the yappening. This query was taken after the patch, post-yappening, and now. I'm not going to tell you all 16 leaders. I'll just throw a picture on here. And so this is essentially a leader who has a 0% win ratio, is a leader who has 100 wins and 100 losses, a 1-to-1 ratio. So there's no advantage between winning or losing with a certain leader. So I'll give you the top 3 and the bottom 3. First of all, Pavium, who I thought was one of the strongest leaders in the game, apparently is the worst leader in the game according to this evidence. Pavium's in dead last. Out of all 16 leaders, Pavium is last with a minus 4.2% loss percentage. So that means if you win 100 times with Pavium, you're going to lose 104 times as Pavium, I believe, if I didn't skip 3rd grade or I did this wrong. And then there's Forge with a negative 3.7% loss advantage, and then Serena. So I thought all 3 of those leaders like top tier leaders, to be honest with you. I think I actually put Pavium as number 1 as the top ranked Halo Wars leader like not even 4 or 5 months ago in that video that I did then. The top 3 is really surprising to me. Number 1 I thought was the weakest leader in the game. My list is completely flipped. It's Yap Yap is the number 1 leader with an 8.6% win advantage. So over 3 times better than Pavium, apparently. So this has nothing to do with the yappening. I think this just has to do with Yap Yap's powers, the glassing beam, the free cannon fodder I think piles in after a while. Second place is Atriox with 3.2%, and then Decimus right behind him at 3.1%. So going any of those 3 leaders, the odds are now more in your favor to win games, which kind of makes sense because Thomas and I got absolutely shit on in a video I posted on the channel not too long ago, and they were playing as Yap Yap. So that kind of does make sense. It's interesting for sure, and what interests me more about this list that Postums has posted is the UNSC leaders, for the most part, are in, actually all of them, with the exception of Cutter, are in the negative loss advantage. So the UNSC, according to this, is objectively and subjectively worse than their banished counterparts. Now, granted, only 4 other leaders, or 5 other leaders besides Cutter, are in the positive. Everyone else is negative. Which is a little confusing to me, because if there's 16 leaders, wouldn't 8 be positive and 8 be negative? I could be, totally wrong here, but nonetheless, So the only person in the positive win advantage is Cutter, which doesn't surprise me because I love Cutter's powers, especially with the improved close air support. I think is fantastic. Jerome's kind of right behind him with minus 0.3% loss advantage. So Jerome, according to this, is the second best UNSC leader. But all the other UNSC leaders are worse and worse as it goes along. I mean, Forge, Serena, and Isabel are the three worst UNSC leaders according to this data. And I thought those were the three best leaders, in my honest opinion. And Vordis is way down here. Pavium's dead last. And then the next lowest is Colony, actually. So the list is kind of opposite, 100% opposite of what I was thinking. And Arbiter's not number one. I thought Arbiter would have been way number one by a long shot. Anyway, so Postums is essentially wanting your opinions on your thoughts on this list. Please go over to Halo Waypoint and discuss your thoughts on this. You know, I said I'm really surprised about Pavium and Isabel being that low. I'm not that much of a meta nerd to where I can tell you what exactly to fix in the game to make Pavium not have minus 4.2%, which is surprising me because Pavium's Lich got buffed and things of that sort. I'm assuming this has to do a lot with the Rain of Fire getting nerfed to building damages, so on and so forth. The Ultramines getting nerfed, blah, blah, blah. So I can't tell you how to fix this. All I can do is tell you to tell them how to fix this. Now, keep it civil. Don't say, you know, you ruined this leader, he's trash, or anything of that sort. That's not... We want constructive criticism. And by we, it's not me. By we, I mean, this is 343 saying that they want constructive criticism. You know, be respectful, share opinions, and be respectful to others' conversations. It says here, please remember that everyone is actually a person. I love that. So there's some interesting thoughts that people have been posting on here, and I think it's a good conversation starter for the next balance patch coming to Halo Wars 2 eventually. So post your thoughts in the comments. What do you think leaders should be changed to get them more closely aligned? I'm assuming Yap Yap's going to get nerfed then, if I had to guess, and Pavium will get buffed. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with the next patch. And let me know your thoughts. Love to hear what your thoughts are, because 9 times out of 10, I'm wrong on any meta change ever. So I'm not the expert here, and I won't pretend to be the expert here. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Andrew from Team Respawn. I'll see you next time.